Alright, it's Henry again, and I have another work in progress video for my 1 to 100 scale Virgo II. If you remember last time, I had pretty much all of the resin casting done, and then had Virgo II articulated. And since last week, I have started with the modifications on the scratch building. So I guess I'll start with the small stuff first. Basically, just these details on the legs had to be changed up. A little bit different around the knees. I've altered the knee armor a bit. Nothing in here that I'm showing today is completely 100% finished, but this is all the work I've done over the past week. Here I got some added some putty to the back of the lower leg. I got to sand that down some more and then shape that up, scrub some panel lines. The feet are actually coming along pretty nicely. If I can get my camera to focus on it. Doing these extra details on the foot. Come on, camera. There we go. Just doing the extra details on the foot there. It's a little bit rough right now, but it is coming along very, very nicely. I'm happy with the way it's looking so far. So just refining it more and more, a little bit of cleanup. I think those will end up looking really good. And even some of the imperfections, like on this waist section, you remember was really rough. And I've done a bit of cleanup and fixing some of the problems that that thing had. Anyway, these two parts are the parts I've been spending the most time on. The shoulder armor here and the backpack unit. Now, the shoulder armor, I basically just used a big lump of epoxy putty and put it down on the cutting mat and kind of made it into a rough circle and just let it cure completely. And then I just went to it with a sandpaper and sanded it until it was more or less a perfect circle, and got it smooth on the bottom, smooth on the sides. And while the putty was still wet, I put it down on here, and then I went ahead and pressed the planet defensors into the shoulder armor, rather than doing what I did on Virgo, which was make the shoulder armor first and then cut out little areas for the planet defensors here. I went ahead and pressed them into the shoulder armor while the putty was still soft. So that way it would save me quite a bit of trouble. And they're not perfect. I'm still going to have to do a little bit of cleanup around the planet defensor areas. But again, a lot of the work is already done for me. I think this will end up being a lot easier than, like I said on Virgo, going back and cutting in the holes afterwards. So you got this little front part right here. That detail is just drawn on with pencil. I haven't actually scribed that on yet. I'll have to put a little round thruster there. And on the back side here is just plain and featureless right now, but I am planning to scribe some panel lines and do a little bit of mechanical detail on that side. And these planet defensors keep falling out. Anyway, here is the backpack unit. I know it looks pretty big, but looking at the line art, I think the size is actually pretty accurate. What I did was I started with a claw plate structure, just a really basic shape to act as kind of an armature for the backpack. And you see it exposed here, and then you can see it down on there, the white part. And then I just wrapped the entire thing in epoxy putty, because the backpack unit, go over here, is mostly curves. There's not very many straight lines on it at all. So I decided to go with epoxy putty rather than claw plate. And I've done a little bit of sanding on it, got it into shape. As you can see, this top front area is pretty well shaped up. Again, it's not perfect, not finished. You can see I've got a lot of this gray Tamiya putty on here, filling in some imperfections. But the general shape is there. This back end I haven't done very much work on. That'll be shaped up even more. And it'll probably be really close to being its final form by the time I do the next work in progress video. This little area back here, you'll notice, is almost kind of looks like is missing. He's got the plow plate exposed. That's where the 2 thrusters are going to go. And I haven't made the little hatch that goes over the thrusters yet, but what I'm planning to do is have like some little polycaps in there where the hatch will be able to lift up and expose those 2 little thrusters in there. And down here I've got a large opening. The whole thing's hollow inside, and that's where I'm planning to have the storage for the beam rifle. Again, it's really rough looking right now, but trust me, it'll look better once it gets done. And I'm not going to be able to leave it hollow for the resin casting. I'm going to have to plug that up. And then I guess for the second backpack unit, that'll be the resin version, I'll have to get a pretty large drill bit and just drill out kind of up in this direction a cavity for the beam rifle to be able to fit into. Not even the whole beam rifle, because most of the beam rifle will be right here. I'll just need to drill a cavity up through here so the barrel can fit inside. So the way it looks right now, I think I am going to be able to do the beam rifle and the thrusters on there, which is what I was hoping I'd be able to do. And real quick, I just want to show you how it's going to go together. Here is the upper torso. Here's one of the arms. Just fit that on there. And what I'm planning to do is take some metal bars and drill holes in the front and in the back of the shoulder joint. And those metal bars will connect right here and right here into the shoulder armor and backpack respectively. And I know it's a lot I'm trying to fit onto the camera all at once. These kind of fit together like so. It's about like that. And the shoulder joint kind of just fits right in there. And that's how it is on the arm. And this is actually pretty heavy. However, judging by how tight the joints were on my first Virgo, I don't think the joints are going to be too loose, although he is probably going to be pretty back heavy. So as long as I make the ankles nice and sturdy, I don't think there should be too many problems with Virgo II falling over backwards. So, what else? Have I forgotten anything that I wanted to go over? Oh, I think I'm going to try and do work in progress videos once a week for this guy. Just kind of, you know, no matter where I'm at on Virgo, just, you know, every Friday do a work in progress video regardless of how much work I've gotten done. I think that'll be a good way to keep me motivated and to keep you guys kind of up to date with where I am. Although I actually have been working on this guy pretty well. I haven't had very much downtime. There was maybe a day or two where I didn't work as much as usual, but I think overall I have been making pretty good progress on Virgo II. And I think I am still on schedule to finish this kit by the end of the month. And I'm going to have to work on him pretty hard like I did for the last few weeks on my first Virgo. But if I really work hard on this guy, I think it is possible to get him done by the end of September. And that's my goal. So, that about does it for this work in progress video. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.